Welcome back to Sip the Tally Films. I'm your host, Coach Evans, and today we're up to team number 3 on the Sip the Tally preseason power rankings. Today is the next to the last day for the show, so I appreciate you guys who have been here from team 31 until team number 1. So let's recap team number 4 real quick before we get into team number 3. And team number 4 was the Kansas City Chiefs. The numbers for team 4, quarterback 3, running back 18, wide receiver 16, tight end 4, offensive line 17, defensive line edge 11, linebackers 5, cornerbacks 3, safeties 22, which made Kansas City come out to be an even 11. Now, yesterday I said that they were the only team that had an even number on the countdown. I fibbed. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Long time ago, at team number 20, the Colts were even number as well at team number 18. And after some readjustments, the Cowboys had a even number 2 at number 23. So we had we had 3 teams on the countdown with even numbers. You probably didn't need to know that, but I just gave it to you anyway. So let's talk about team number 3 today. Now, just real quick story about team number 3. The first time or maybe the second time I did this, I crapped on them so bad. Like some of the decisions they made, saying they were going to be horrible. And I had them, if I'm not mistaken, I had them 30 or 31. And them sons going to finish like in the top of the league at the end of the year. Because I didn't take account of any of their rookies. And I just based it off because they got rid of some good players. And I was like, they're going to be trash. And boy, was I wrong. And their fans let me hear it. So the videos about those guys are some of the best videos on the More Sip the Tally channel. And if anybody's been following that channel, you know that team number 3 is the Detroit Lions. When I tell you, I talked about them and then them folks got on my head so bad. But I made up for it because I did a bunch of videos talking about how good they were afterwards because they were pretty darn good. And I was completely wrong. I ate crow about that for a minute and willingly because they were good. But let's get into who they drafted and, you know, how they look to improve on their successful but not successful year last year because they were the number 1 seed. They were in a battle with Minnesota, both 2 14-win teams in the regular season to get the number 1 seed. They got it and then lost their first playoff game. Let's see who they drafted to try to improve on their standing from last year, and we'll go forward from there. All right, let's go on over and check it out. So they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had 7 picks in this year's draft. In the first round, they picked Tyleik Williams, a defensive tackle from Ohio State, trying to get some help up there with Aiden. Second round, they picked Tate Radlich, the guard from Georgia. Third round, Isaac Tesla, wide receiver from Arkansas. 5th round, Miles Frazier from LSU. So that means 4 of LSU's 5 starting linemen got drafted. And it may be a 5th, but I remember 4 definitely. Ahmed Hassan from Boise State. And if correct me if I'm wrong, this is the defensive end that was extremely excited to be doing reps with Chuck Smith at the combine. They had like this jacked up interaction and real high level interaction at the combine, and it was great. Next, they got Dan Jackson in the 7th, and also in the 7th, they got Dominic Lovett, both from Georgia, a safety and a wide receiver, respectfully. But let's take a look at their depth chart and who they have in each room and how I have it ranked. Starting with quarterback, Jared Goff. Like when you watched quarterback, and you know they sent Jared Goff to Detroit to kind of end his career. They say another word, but I'm trying not to use that word. But he didn't. Detroit embraced him, and he's become a better version of himself. And Jared Goff is the real deal now, especially in that offense with Ben's gone, but we're gonna see what they do without Ben. But Jared Goff's the real deal. Got Hendon Hooker backing him up. Kyle Allen has a third in that room, so that I like Jared Goff. I like what he does for that team. I like the grit he plays with, and grit is one of their team slogans, their town slogan. So he fits them perfect along with their head coach Dan Campbell. Running back room, I really like that running back room. On the screen you see it has Jamar Gibbs as the starter. I think Jamar Gibbs is the better back. Some publications you'll see David Montgomery as the starter. Some people think David Montgomery is the better back, but I think Gibbs is one of the best backs in the league. Like, when it comes to fantasy stuff, him and Bijan, them gonna be my top two targets. They're my top two targets this year. But him and Montgomery, they do complement each other well. Also in that room, you have Craig Reynolds and Simone Vaki as well. Wide receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown, dog, certified dog, can pretty much do anything you need him to do on the field. Plays mostly the slot. He ain't the fastest, but he always open. He's real tough. Make the spectacular catches, make the tough catches, get the tough yardage. Don't mind blocking. Love the guy. Love his game. Love it. Jameson Williams is the speed guy that kind of goes over the top and pushes the ball down the field. And then you have Tim Patrick to come back and kind of be your underneath guy that kind of works the slide and the intermediate stuff like that. Backups for those guys, Khalif Raymond can be like your little gadget guys. They drafted Isaac Tesla as well and Dominic Lovett. Don't see anybody else behind those names that really stand out to me. But then you move over to the tight end room, and they have a dude at tight end. And it was evident early once he got, in the NFL, and that's Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta is top 5 tight end already. You can debate with somebody else. They got Brock Wright in that room as well, Kenny Yaboya, and Shane Zystra. But going back to Laporta, man, that dude is awesome. And he'll block for you a little bit. He ain't the greatest blocker, but he will get in there and stick his nose in there and block for you a little bit. But he don't shy down from it. Moving on to their O-line. Now, that O-line is taking a little hit. They have a new center and a new right guard. The center, if I'm not mistaken, retired. And then they let Zeitler go. So the days of them having 1 or 1A O-line, that has slid down a little bit. Now, the O-line is still good. It's still good. But they don't have 1 or 1A O-line, in my opinion. On that line now, they got Taylor Decker, Christian Mahogany. They slid Graham Glasnow to center. Probably going to start the rookie Tate Ratledge at guard and then put him next to Penei Sewell. And it's a good thing I'm putting him next to Penei Sewell because Penei can help him out, teach him, and also cover some things up for him as well. So let's see where I have the offense ranked for the Detroit Lions. Quarterback, 9. Running back, 4. Running back room, 4. Wide receivers, 4. Tight end, 14. And offensive line, 5. As the reason with the tight end being 14, just the names behind Laporta, they Brock Wright, Kenny Yaboya, like it's just like if Laporta go down for them, you can't put a guy in and get nothing close to their production. So the drop off is too big. That's why if they had somebody with some substance behind Laporta, they'd be top 10 in the tight ends easily. But let's slide on over to the defense. Now, defensively, they're a base 4-3 team, but again, we have nickel on the board, so everybody can have something similar. But we'll talk about that 4-3. Aiden Hutchins is one end. Marcus Davenport is the other end. Interior, Alan McNeil and DJ Reader. I think DJ Reader is one of the most not talked about enough guys in the league because when he's healthy and commanding double teams, linebackers behind him have a field day when he's healthy. The problem is staying healthy. But when he's healthy, whatever set of linebackers play behind him, they eat. They really do. So I like that front 4. Linebackers. One of the guys that I didn't like the first time I did this when the Detroit Lions, the fans destroyed me, was Jack Campbell. I didn't like the pick of Jack Campbell at all, but Jack Campbell has turned out to be pretty good. Him and Alex Anzalone, they run around like their hair on fire. They go make tackles. They be what they supposed to be. The thing you can do with Alex Anzalone and Jack Campbell, if you get them in one-on-one situations, you can kind of out-athlete them, kind of. But their effort and they be what they supposed to be and their toughness makes up for it. Makes up for a lot of stuff that athletically they don't have. But they really, just because they're not the greatest athletes, that don't mean they ain't good football players. So I ain't trying to crap on them. I'm just saying. Going to the cornerbacks. Now, this is where they've upgraded their defense some. On one side, remember they drafted Terrion Arnold early last year. They got Amik Robinson. I remember him last being with the Raiders. And then a nickel, they got DJ Reed. So, or you can flip-flop Reed Robinson, however you want to do it. They've upgraded their cornerback room. I like what the direction they're heading in. Terrion should be better. They had a clip on out there in the internets, as somebody say, of Terrion guarding Amon-Ra with a nice rep, got an interception. But again, that was just one rep. But it's good to see him hopefully getting better. I think he got a little grabby last year as teams went at him with him being a rookie and whatnot. But I think he'll be better this year and help them on the back end. And then their safety room, Lord have mercy. Kirby Joseph led the NFL in interceptions with, I think, 9. And then Brian Branch is probably one of the most athletic safeties in the league. That dude, he can jump down and play nickel. He can be a deep half safety. He can slide to the middle and play the post. Brian Branch, bruh, this safety combination is tough. They say good back there. I ain't got a lot of words for them. Just other than them boys good. Like coming to America, that boy good. That boy good. But let's see what I have them ranked. Defensive line edge group 10, linebackers 6, cornerbacks 18, and as I said with the safeties, them boys good. they rank number 1, man. That's that combination of Branch and Joseph. They get after it. They get after it, and they produce back there. And so having Hutchinson back will definitely help them out on the back end, and then them on the back end will help Hutchinson out up front as well. They just need somebody to help Hutch up front. So you take all those numbers together, add them up, divide them by 9, come out to be 8.444444, and that's enough to be the number 3 team on the Sip to Tally Power Rankings. So tomorrow you'll get number 2 and number 1, and we'll conclude our series. So I appreciate all you guys for coming out. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. Let me know if any of these position groups are too high or too low. Like the video, subscribe. Hit that bell if you've not done so. Comment. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.